Ever wondered what would happen if you stopped fighting time and started working with it instead? Meet TeaTime, the world's first wellness tea brand crafted to gently support your natural skin. While the world rushes toward injections and quick fixes, TeaTime leans into something far more powerful, your body's own ability to restore, rebalance, and renew. Sip a blend designed to help soften the look of overworked skin, ease the visible effects of Botox, and encourage a more natural, graceful aging process, all through botanicals chosen with intention. TeaTime. Age like you mean it.
I'm your host, Michelle Collins, and you're listening to the Beauty Hour podcast, where we delve into all things beauty, wellness, and health. This week's episode is The Age Debate, streaming now on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. Full show notes available in the description below. So, I received several messages from my listeners, and they're all about the same issue. One message that I can't stop thinking about came from a woman in her mid-30s. She said, "Recently, I had a dinner with my family. It was a beautiful evening with lots of laughter and great conversation. However, I was looking at their faces alone. I wouldn't be able to tell if they were amused or any emotion. Everyone was eerily waxy statue-like. Even my grandma. I got Botox on a few days ago. The last of my family to get it, and I'm wondering if I should be regretting my decision. Should we be scared of Botox?" To answer this question, we've brought along a published Botox specialist and the marketing director of the upcoming tea wellness brand, TeaTime. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Camille Maliah, and I'm a published Botox specialist, and I'm an author of the book Beyond Wrinkles, which is about rediscovering beauty and aging.
My name is Emi Boreham, and I'm the TeaTime marketing director.
So, you've heard the story from my listener. What stands out to you guys?
Well, I think the first thing to say is it was a choice that she made. Whether or not she chooses to regret it, she made that choice herself. And Botox isn't permanent, you can get it dissolved. However, I truly believe that everyone should adapt to Botox and that it is the way forward and that it is something that is better for most people in society. I mean, the fact that she's not aging, that should, in theory, be a confidence booster.
On your point of basically just the confidence that everyone should adapt to it, but it shows kind of a loss of humanity and the pressure to fit in, which technically goes against confidence boosting in a way, doesn't it?
Yeah, so if everyone's doing it, is it really your choice?
Well, I would say that yes, you still made the choice to do it, did you not? You chose to want to fit in, so that was a choice you made. If you're influenced by things online, whether or not you are, you still made the conscious choice yourself. I didn't give you the Botox. You didn't give them the Botox. Choosing to do it doesn't mean that you were forced, even if you were influenced.
But further to your point of people being forced, people can say no, but there's just this whole premise of peer pressure and basically just the FOMO and the fear of missing out. So if the appearance of Botox is the standard, then people will be judged for being different should they choose not to go ahead with it.
Yeah, so if everyone around you is doing it, you sort of feel weird for not doing it, therefore you're pressured to do it.
Yeah.
So what happens to those who don't comply? They take a stand and say, I'm actually not going to do it.
I would honestly say the biggest thing is literally just your isolation. You won't go out to the grocery store, you're not going to meet for a coffee date with your friends, you might even not go and see your parents because let's say the drive alone is worse enough. But also your insecurities will worsen, you will end up basically just going down this spiral, basically, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't look the way I am, which then basically makes isolation even worse and worse.
Okay, so we had, in the introductions, Emi was the head of marketing at TeaTime, and TeaTime is a brand who they sell teas that help reduce
the effects of Botox.
Reverse the effects of Botox, and we had some of the tea earlier. What were your thoughts about it?
I will grant that it was quite refreshing.
I mean, it's basically undoing your work. It's undoing your job.
Yes, it was refreshing.
Okay. And can you tell us a bit more about the tea?
So our tea, we've got 4 main flavours: matcha, peppermint, mint and blueberry, and each flavour does something a little bit different, but it's all personal preference. But the whole basis of it is that it basically reduces or reverts the effects of Botox and increases the rate of natural ageing, which basically gives people a very wellness and healthy way to basically not get rid of their mistakes, but if they have regrets of having Botox, then this is something they can take that doesn't require a hospital stay. It's not super expensive.
Yeah.
It's incredibly easy to get your hands on.
And what do you think of this brand?
I mean, I understand that there is a market for this, that some people do regret their choice. And I do respect autonomy. I sincerely go back to the point that everything you do to yourself should be a choice. However, I don't understand why, if as a society we claim to be moving forward and we have new progressive technology, we would be creating technology to reverse the effects of new technology. It just seems a bit odd. But I do respect the decision.
Yeah, okay, talking about new technology. Emi, what are your stance, or what is TeaTime stance on cosmetic procedures, on Botox and the likes?
But I think it's basically just shedding a light to helping people reclaim the forgotten value of natural beauty.
Yeah.
And that actually having wrinkles is quite a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a significance that you have lived this amazing life. You are full of wisdom. You've had all these experiences. Like, it's a gift if you think about it. But Botox at the end of the day does not fix the issue. It is way too normalised, as we know, with the black market surrounding Botox at the moment, and it impacts the fear of ageing, as no one wants to look ageing anymore.
Okay, talking about, wisdom, as how you grow, you get more wisdom, you age. So what exactly happens to our bodies as we age?
Well, our bodies quite literally slow down metabolically, and the production of collagen and elastin decreases. And this is what leads to your skin losing its firmness and makes it a bit stretchier and creates wrinkles. Your muscles also get weaker because they're being used less and it just slows down. And repeated movements in, your forehead region, any part of your face, is what causes the wrinkles as well.
But also there are signs that the body has lived, as I said earlier, and it shouldn't be seen as the body failing, more of as an homage to yourself, that you have had the time to experience such a beautiful life.
Okay, we see aging in, nature, the rings of the trees. When you cut up in a tree and you see how many rings are, you can tell how old the tree is.
Yeah.
So why do you think the world views aging as such a negative thing if it's something that happens in our natural cycle of life?
I just feel that social media is prompting this, as we know now with like your Gen Z or Gen X or whatever it's called nowadays, that social media is the number one way to peer pressure people and basically to get these different voices out into the universe. Social media is not monitored. Anyone can make an account, anyone can post whatever they want, which is not helping at all.
I mean, I do understand that as a point, that you might believe that it's portraying this certain image that everybody wants to obtain. But don't we think that not everybody likes to age? I do understand your point that, it shows that you've lived a lot of experiences. But like, I have dyed hair. Some people wear makeup. Is this not all just about finding an aesthetic that works for you? Botox is a way of that for some people. For some people, they might feel that the aged look doesn't work with how they want to look.
Yeah.
Botox is not an issue of ageism. It's just about personal choice and how you want to, look at yourself.
I don't think it's insecurity, but conformity, in fact that you want to look like the people around you, you want to fit in, you don't want to be excluded, you don't want to be the black sheep in a group of friends.
I think that might sometimes be the case, but I sincerely believe that a personal aesthetic is a choice in and of itself.
Okay, is Botox a sign of insecurity? Because thinking about it, if I don't like the wrinkles on my face, I can get Botox, get rid of them, but then I can find another thing to fixate on and another thing to change. So what is the limit? So is Botox a sign of insecurity?
I don't like that as a portrayal off the bat. I believe, if you want to go to the gym and you want to change the way that you look physically to the rest of your body, nobody's going to start, investigating into the reasons behind it. You just wanted to. Botox is the exact same. Your face is just another part of your body. If you want to change it, you can change it. The same way getting muscles helps some people gain confidence, I believe Botox can do the same.
Okay, so there's been a rise in Botox use. Before it was so super regulated. You had to get a license to use it. Even to have it was like seen as like a luxury, but now it's like being commodified. It's easily accessible. It's no longer being regulated as strictly as it used to be. More people are doing it, less people are getting qualified, less hygienic, it's cheaper, and it's so accessible in our year 2035. So do you think that the future leads to more brands like TeaTime?
I definitely think so. Due to the black market and the rise in the procedures going wrong and people being scarred for life, even deaths occurring, that there is now a distrust between consumers and the product itself. So definitely the wariness due to the fear of disease and danger and basically botching it does drive the demand for anti-injectional and anti-Botox products, which is where we step in to help everyone.
Okay, so we've explored two very different perspectives of aging. Some people believe that cosmetic procedures are a way of maintaining confidence and control, while others believe that we should reconsider our relationship with our bodies and encourage the natural process of aging. So drawing back to my listener who asks if we should regret getting Botox, there isn't a single answer to that question, but how we feel about aging is shaped by society. But what I want my listeners to remember is that despite this, what we choose to do with our bodies remains our choice. So, Emi has kindly given me a sample of TeaTime to try for the next couple of weeks. By the time our podcast is out, listeners will be able to see the before and after on TeaTime's Instagram pages. So I'm kind of a little test subject. I'm kind of excited.
Somebody managed to persuade you to do this?
Ooh. But thank you, Emi and Camille, for joining me today. If you want to find more about TeaTime, full details will be in the show notes. This has been Michelle Collins on The Beauty Hour. See you next time.